Hi there. I know most of you may not really know me in person. Okay. By way of introduction, I am Mrs. John Hall, mother of all babies, lovers of all babies. Have you ever wondered why people sleep off in their dreams? When I say sleep off in their dreams, I mean not realizing their dreams or not making it come true. Yes, it can really happen. Now, this is my story. Growing up as a girl, I found myself to fall in love so much with babies, most especially the baby girls. Because I was like, I wish I can have a baby girl that would pinching the hair, making the baby's hair, you know, putting ribbons in the baby's hair and just making the baby look fanciful. But then I was still single, so how possible could that be? It was a dream, and it actually came true. I got married, and when I got married, I found that God actually answered that prayer and made that dream come true. I had a baby girl. So my first child happens to be a baby girl, and she's Carol. Okay, so all of those things I had been, wishing, I started practicing on her. Even growing up as a girl, as a single girl, I remember I was living close to one of my neighbors, a woman like that. The woman so much trusted me so much that she entrusted the baby into my care. Now, it was always, she was a market woman, this woman that goes to bush market. So it happens that whenever she leaves like that, she will just say, okay, treasure, please, your baby is here with you. Just take care of the baby till I come back. And guess what? The woman comes back in the evening. Okay. So I will be the one to feed the baby. I'll be the one to make sure the baby looks good. And I'll be the one to make sure the baby observes your star. The baby sleeps afterward. And when the woman comes back, she'll be so happy that at the end of the day, she now said, this is your baby. Okay. So from there, I started wishing I could have mine. And like I said, I actually did have. Okay. So that was number one dream that actually came true. Now, the second dream was growing up to be a newscaster electronically. Unfortunately, I happened to enter a department I did not fall in love with. No passion was there in that department. Do you know why? The reason there was that my parents pushed me into reading business administration. Unfortunately, though, there was no mass communication in Akwa Ibom State Polytechnic, so I didn't really blame them. But then it happened that my mom said, you aren't going anywhere. You remain in Akwa Ibom State Polytechnic and you study business admin. And I actually did study business admin, but then it wasn't my passion. I was forced into it. So it happened that after school, 2003, yeah, if I can still remember, I came to Port Harcourt. Now coming to Port Harcourt, what was I looking for? I was looking for a job. Now, imagine somebody who read business admin. Now, what is this person looking for in journalism? That was exactly what happened in my own case. I was given a newspaper in where I went to apply for as a banker. I remember the Mr. Olumide, I think that was his name, now handed me a newspaper that had vacant position down there. Now told me the media house is just behind Intercontinental Bank, Obasanjo Road, here in Port Harcourt. That was actually when I got it started. I took the newspaper, went into the media house, met the publisher. The publisher was like, here in your certificate, we are seeing business admin. So how are you going to do it? How are you going to cope in this media house? I told the man, I have played for writing. But I was ready, though I had been dreaming of being in electronic media, giving news, having my voice heard, because I love meeting people. Okay. So that was a good start anyway. The man actually was kind of skeptical. He said, how are you going to do this? You've not received training. as a journalist. Okay, so how is it gonna happen? I told the man I have playful writing. The man said, you do have playful writing, but that doesn't mean you'll be able to act or perform as a journalist or a reporter or correspondent. I told the man, can you please give me a trial? The man said, I'm not going to be the one to employ you. I'm going to send you to an editor. You're not going to work under me. You will work under an editor. So the editor is going to assess you. After the assessment, if you're fit, then you're hired. That was what happened. He now introduced me to the newspaper editor. The editor met me. Still same question that he asked. What are you doing in the media house as a business admin person? Okay. If it was mass communication, we would have given you a chance. But then it is business admin. So how are you gonna cope? I still repeated the same thing. I'm gonna do it. So the man now said, okay, your first assignment will be go to Obiakpo. And every Thursdays, there's always a wedding that goes on there. Cover the wedding, write your stories, come back on Monday, and then let's see how it goes. I said, okay, sir, I'm gonna get my reports ready on Monday. And that was what happened. Thursday, I went to the media house, covered the wedding ceremony that went on there. And then Monday, I went back to the media house. Okay, sir, presented my report. The man looked at me as he was reading the report. Inside me, I was like, why the look on his face? I couldn't place it. Is it on a positive side or on a negative side? But I still had to comport myself. I said, okay, let me see the end of it all. The next thing the man said, what did you say your name is? I said, Treasure Luxem. The man said, you're hired. That was it. That was the second dream that actually came true. So I worked there as a correspondent. It has always been, I want to meet up with dignitaries, I want to meet up with the president. When I remember the first president I interviewed, it was Obasanjo. Yeah. It was all fun. Journalism is fun. Yeah. If you go into journalism having that passion for doing it, you're going to love it. So everything about my life is having passion for what I'm doing. And here comes my third dream. My third dream was growing up to be around babies, taking care of babies. But then the big question was, how am I going to start this? What will draw me close to babies? How am I going to do it? I had never dreamt of being a teacher. Yes, please. That was why when I had openings, okay, we wanted to work as a teacher in my school. I said, no, please, I don't want to work as a teacher. But then there was a drive. Okay, something gave rise to me seeing myself in school, and that was diction. Yeah, I have two sisters. The eldest of all is in Uyo, still in diction. Now our last born in Lagos, still in diction. They've been telling me, encouraging me, why not go into diction? Go into diction, you're gonna make it. Because at the end of it all, when I got married, my husband did not like journalism. Okay, during courtship, he never mentioned he doesn't like it. But then after the marriage, you know men and their ways now, they will not tell you everything. So it was after the marriage he now said, oh please, journalism is not a good thing, or it's not a good job to pursue. Okay, that was when he started remembering journalists that have died so and so years. It's a risky job and all of that. Okay, I had to just let it die. Okay, that was how my journalism died completely. Now the diction thing. My sisters have been saying, okay, go into diction, go into diction. I was so afraid of something. Do you know what? I was afraid of those symbols. I said, how am I going to start all of this? We are talking about symbols that can, give you the drive to become a diction teacher. Now, there's this one they call the Shoah sound. When I'm teaching that symbol, I always use the upside down D because, upside down E, because it actually looks like E turned upside down. Okay, that sound itself instilled this fear in me that I'm not gonna make it. What is it? Sometimes I will carry my dictionary, look at all those words that have the Shoah sound in them. Like we have words like ABOUT, about. Okay, I said, what is this? Each time I pick up the dictionary, I said, I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it, But I still remember the encouragement I got from my sisters. Those of them that are diction teachers. So one day I came to my dining, sat down, carried dictionary, prayed to God. I said, please, I want to learn this. Now, Mrs. John Holt is a diction teacher today, not because she learns in or from any company. Now, you see this thing of, having passion in something. I started developing, this passion for diction. I want to learn how to pronounce words the right way. I want to learn how to speak right. Okay, that was the passion, the interest I began to develop. I worked towards that passion I began to develop, and then I did it. With my dictionary, I had to learn how to pronounce those words using the sounds, and what helped me, I started following the native speakers. I learned diction from the native speakers themselves. Yeah. I followed two, one named James, one named Jade. So from those two people, diction teachers, I was trained. I developed this passion for diction so much that I said, I can do it. Just one day, pull the strings from it. I went to a school, applied as a diction teacher. I was hired. That school, I remember, had 17 teachers. My first entrance in school as a diction teacher was training 17 teachers on diction. That was it. But then that particular dream of, being around babies did not actually come true through that medium. But it was a nice step, okay? It was a nice step for me to take to get close to children, because we are talking about schools. So how am I going to get close to babies? At a point, I stopped training teachers. I said, I want to work close to babies, to children, but not as a regular teacher though, just basically business and diction. Okay, I went through, I sent my CV, my application in other schools, and I was hired. I think I have worked as a diction teacher in like 4 schools. Still, at a point, I wasn't satisfied. I trained babies too in those schools, but then I wasn't satisfied. At a point, I had to stop. I said, I do not want to work under anybody again. I want to have mine. So I opened the higher version of daycare. I'm calling it the higher version because in daycare, those of you that knows what goes on in daycare, you will understand the fact that daycare is like a kind of place that career women bring their children, their babies, and market women bring their babies, drop for you, okay, please take care of my babies for so and so hours. I'll come pick my baby in the evening. But this is quite different, guys. This is different, okay? Mine is the higher version of daycare in the sense that as I'm grooming these babies, I'm grooming them from 6 months to 5 years. Now, as a matter of fact, this is my banner here. These are the babies I started with. These babies are not internet babies, guys. This particular girl here is my daughter, my last born. I groomed her until the stage she entered school. Now she's in nursery too, okay? So these are all the babies I started with. This is my banner, okay? You can see TJ's Babies Home there, okay? So this is how I got started. I actually started by renting a 1-bedroom flat apartment. And it happened that, whenever parents approach me, okay, I got a referral some way, somebody said I should come to you, you train babies, you take care of babies and stuff like that. They will want to know where I'm living to be very sure that they're not, entrusting their babies, the cares of their babies into the hands of a kidnapper, okay, or a baby trafficker or anything. So they will want to know everything about me, okay. So whenever they come to my home, they will always say, Madam, we prefer this place to that place you rented. I've actually rented 2 places though, but then they'll always tell me they prefer my house to where I'm renting or I have rented, okay. So that was it. I had to close it up. Renting apartment for these babies, I had to bring it down home. I am in the comfort of my home doing what I'm doing, okay. So that was how this third dream came true, okay. Right now, I am a diction teacher. I am also somebody who owns a daycare. I take care of babies. I groom babies from 6 months to 5 years. Once your baby leaves my home, your baby goes to basic 1, straight up to any school at all you want your babies to be. So if you are in Port Harcourt, okay, you can contact me with the number 0803439926. And when you come here, you will see the difference between daycare and TJ's Babies Home. Okay, so Mrs. John Holt is always there to take care of your babies. If you are ready to contact me, please, I'm there to take care of your babies. I train people online on diction also. Yeah, I train people online, physically also one-on-one. I train people. So if you have a child that is not doing well, or you as an adult, you want to learn how to speak right, okay, contact that number. That is my WhatsApp line. And you can also go to my YouTube channel, guys, okay, TJ's Babies Home. That is my YouTube channel. Okay, guys, that is how my dream came true. Do not sleep off in your dream. Try to make your dream a reality like I did. Bye-bye.